So David, a 4-0 win against Colne in the FA Cup, that's as good as you could have hoped for today?
Yeah, really good. We created a lot and pre-season I don't think we did. I don't think we created enough chances and we certainly didn't finish them. I thought today could have comfortably been 6, 7, 8 goals. I think Allen made a couple of really good saves, missed a couple of other one-on-ones and looked fairly comfortable at the back. They didn't really trouble Finn today, so all round very good performance and a good day.
How important is that? It's one of those ties that could be a banana skin, so it's a difficult game to come, tough pitch to play on as well. Come away with the getting into the next round and not having a Tuesday game with a replay.
Yeah, and there was times in the game when it got a little bit nervy. 1-0 at half time. You think it's not great. We missed a couple of chances and we missed a couple of one-on-ones after about 10 minutes into the second half. And things like that, moments like that can give the side a lift. And you can see Colne lifted and they pushed and they asked a few questions. We regrouped and I thought we dealt with that really well on the pitch. But you're right, it was a bit of a banana skin. And then at the end of the game, as things opened up a little bit, I thought we took our chances well and put a bit of gloss on the scoreline that the performance deserved.
We started with Eric up front today and he made a really good impact, but then the flip side of that is you brought Reece on and he goes and scores 2 goals right at the end, so both your strikers have had a great game today. How does that play out for next weekend where you start the season at Newcastle?
We'll see how the week goes in training. They have slightly different strengths, but I think both offer an awful lot. They can both hold up the play, they can both offer in behind. We know Reece is a good finisher. We've seen from Eric he's also a good finisher. Perhaps he could have lifted his chances one-on-one today, but his movement and his link-up play to get in there and create the chance was superb. So it's a nice problem to have, 2 strikers who look on form and ask a lot of questions of defenders, and good for Reece getting minutes and goals after a pretty stop-start pre-season as he's been recovering from the injury that plagued him last year. So good problems to have. Similarly, I thought Louis had a good impact and Obbs had a great game, so options there. Everybody who came on the pitch had an impact. So Alfie, Sean, I think that's the beauty is we've got enough depth in key areas, and we're going to need that through the course of the season.
You sang the praises last weekend of Will Shepherd and Jack Morrow we spoke about as well. They were both excellent again today. Yeah,
it's difficult to look at a player though in that 15 players who've taken the pitch and not compliment them today, because I think most of what we did was good. There were times when we could have executed things better, there were times when we could have been a bit more composed in the box, a little bit more quality with finishing. If you look at the vast majority of what players did, they made the right decisions, they worked hard, they got round the ball, they made good runs. I mean, we didn't have vests on today, but Jack Morrow must have done 11, 12k up and down the hill out wide. Casper the same on the opposite side, midfield were up and down. The 2 at the back they played well and linked up well. So it's difficult to kind of single out any player today. So it was a very good team performance.
I think we've said every year since you've been here, the league gets harder and harder every year. Harder this year. 4 teams go down. Really tough teams have come into the league. Tough teams have left the league. There's no easy games. So starting away at Newcastle Town is a tough game. But you've got to be pleased with the way that you can come into it after this game.
It should give us confidence. I was critical of pre-season. I don't think we had a particularly great pre-season. I think there are lots of reasons for that. We probably, with hindsight, could have started a week early, given the turnover in squad. We had a lot of trialists, a lot of games. We didn't get on the training pitch really until last week. So we've only really had 3 training sessions with what I would class as a settled squad. So there's still growing to do. There's still gelling to do. There's still more to come in terms of how we play and really enforcing and securing and cementing the principles that we want to play and the patterns we want to execute and all those things. But the work rate, desire, attitude, intensity are all there, and that gives you a great platform. It's a good coachable squad as well. It's a squad that wants to listen and contribute and will take advice on board. And today, 4 goals then gives us confidence and shows that the hard work we put in the week is starting to show benefit. But we've got two sessions down before to Newcastle. Probably a good time to play Newcastle. The pitch there's usually really good at this time of year. It's a Neil Baker side. They'll be well organised. They'll be physical. They'll move the ball well. It'll be a difficult test to kick the season off. And you said the league's tough. I think it's as tough as it's ever been this season. There's no obvious candidate when you look at the teams in it. I think for the past couple of years, it's maybe been one last year, maybe 2 or 3 the season before, where you think they might struggle. I'm not really seeing that this season. So we're going to have to keep working hard, and we're going to have to keep getting better, because Colne put up tough opposition today, but we won't get the chances against many teams now that we've got today. So we've got to be more clinical, we've got to be more ruthless, and we've got to make sure that we don't at any point allow our standards to drop.
Thanks, David.
Cheers, Nathan.